Hello, friends. How are you this morning? I know there's not a whole lot of morning left. I was up a little late, and I think it was kind of detaching and separating myself a little bit because I talked about yesterday about the Venus and then the Mars and Uranus harmonic together, right? It's on top of each other, so it's like when if you've ever if you ever been in an older car and you've got all four windows rolled down, right, and you're going down the road at a certain speed, and then one of the seat belts starts flapping like bap, 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 right, and you slow down a little bit and the wind stops going through the car a little bit, that slows down and it changes. And then there's other things in the car that start vibrating at the same speed. But if you roll one of the windows up just a little bit, then the whole thing stops, right? Then the harmonic stops being a thing. So the moon is in Scorpio, and it's going to be the later degrees, and it's coming into opposition with Mars and Uranus. So and eventually it will move into opposition with Jupiter, and I think that's going to be more erratic, more emotionally erratic, because right now we're a little separated, right? It's Scorpio and it's Mars and Uranus, which is neither one of those things are very emotional. And even though Venus and Taurus might be steady, okay, or excuse me, Venus in Leo might be more steady, the sun is in Cancer, right? And it still goes back to the moon, but the moon's in Scorpio, so then it goes to Pluto, and Pluto's retrograde in Aquarius, and then it goes to Mars, Uranus, and Saturn. So it's very complex. You can be pulled in various directions, but they're not new. The directions you're being pulled in are not new. The decisions you've been making are decisions you made a long time ago. You just might be acting on them now. Or things that you believed for a long time, you think you're making new decisions, or you've been looking at something the same way for a long time. So use today, use the rest of today with the moon in Scorpio to step back, step away, and really pay attention to where you are, where your home here is, where your safety is, where your discernment, where your emotional discernment is. Mercury's in Leo. Again, it's create the mind that you want. What value systems are you using there? Our minds are moving faster than everything else. And there is Mercury retrograde coming up here in a bit because the sun's in Cancer and Mercury's in Leo, so it's pushing forward. Because of how the mechanics of the planets work, Mercury, from our perspective, can never get more than 28 degrees away from the sun. So it could be almost an entire sign away, depending, all right? So we know that our minds can't get too far from where we are. But the truth is, Mercury goes around the sun every 88 days. He talks to everything all the way around. So there's a divine perspective. If you center, the sun, and right now it's in Cancer, so it's about home, and it's about safety, and it's about emotions, and it's about, creating a center for yourself. So do that. But you have to do it from a deliberate perspective. You have to find the middle road. It was a online influencer that I watch quite a bit that is trying to make a decision between one side of the road and the other side of the road. And it's looking like he doesn't want to pick in the middle, but we all live in the middle of almost everything. And that's where all the big stuff really happens. The sign of Aquarius is about the middle path, the middle road, the close enough, right? Because Pisces is where a lot of people get drug into, is all or nothing, right? Either you're my friend or you're not, or I want the blue car, or I don't want it at all, or I want, coffee or nothing, or my way or the highway kind of stuff. But Aquarius is that middle road, that middle path, and staying in the middle and being okay with it, understanding that it does move around, things do move around a little bit, I mean, it does zigzag, but if you're zigzagging in the middle and you get used to it, then then you can figure out a lot more after that. So enjoy the rest of your day and see if you can't find the middle track in what you're doing.